Bonjour, degens, art collectors, and Web3 pioneers, and welcome to the Casper Podcast, where we take a deep dive into blockchain technology and speak with those who are building the future of the decentralized web. I'm your host, Joe Benso. So the Casper Association was recently at NFT Paris, meeting with builders, entrepreneurs, and influential members of the NFT community. The event was absolutely amazing, and it gave us some deep insights into the current state of the global NFT market. And one of the coolest things that happened over the 2 days was that entrepreneurs lined up to pitch their Web3 business ideas for a chance to appear on Season 2 of Killer Whales. For those of you that may not know, Killer Whales is Shark Tank for Web3. And since Casper is the official blockchain sponsor of the show, we decided to take pitches on the spot and send those videos into the whales for Season 2. We had the chance to chat with Illa, one of the whales for the show, and currently the community and partnership lead at none other than Yuga Labs.
Amazing to run into you, Illa, here at the booth at Casper. You know, we're partnering with Killer Whales. It's amazing to see what you've done on Season 1 already.
Yes, sir.
We were excited for Season 2. People are actually stopping by the booth pitching for Season 2. So tell us about your experience at Killer Whales.
If you're part of Web3, you already know that we have our own reality show. Every single day, there's something happening in our space. I think the Killer Whales really captured that energy. They have really respected the guys from the crypto media, guys like Rand, guys like the Altcoin Daily Twins, Wendy O, who was my favorite judge. And then you have the D-Gens represented by myself and K Money. And I think with that mix of talent as the judges, it makes for a really great show, makes for really great TV. And, you know, I feel for the people who come up there and they're pitching their projects every single day because it's a tough panel.
You classify yourself as D-Gen.
Oh, yeah.
You're also well known in the space as a Bored Ape holder and now with Yuga. Tell us a little bit about your role at Yuga Labs.
I'm the community and partnership lead over at Yuga Labs. You know, I focus on all things community. People call me the community champion. And then when we think about partnerships, we think about strategic partnerships. But for me, it's more about making sure we do culturally relevant partnerships to shake up the game.
And when you talk about partnerships, the collaboration that takes place in Web3 and the fact that blockchain enables ways to incentivize people to collaborate on shared goals. What are you looking for mass adoption into this space? Where do you think the space is going?
I think the space, it was founded to me in creativity. So I think for mass adoption, it's some of the world's greatest creatives, whether it's digital artists, musicians, photographers, people that can come in and see this space as a blank canvas and come and paint the most vibrant landscape.
Well, we appreciate you taking time to speak to us about Killer Whales. Love all the work you're doing in this space and pushing things forward. Illa, we're going to see you on Season 2.
Season 2, Season 3, Season 4.
So a big thanks to Illa for stopping by our booth and taking a few minutes to talk with us. The Casper booth had a great location this year, right in the middle of the floor, and traffic and interest in Casper's NFT standard was pretty much nonstop. By chance, the group next to us at NFT Paris was the highly successful NFT project Chimpers that achieved great success in the past 2 years, and we had a chance to hear all about how, despite launching in a bear market. We're here with Jacob, otherwise known as Insights, one of the co-founders of Chimpers, NFT project that many of our listeners will know if they have been in the space for any time. Thanks for taking time to talk to us. What you guys have done over the last couple of years has been extremely impressive, and I think a lot of NFT projects are looking at your model for a model of what is working. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about Chimpers and the journey so far.
I started with Timpers, my twin brother. He's an artist, and he actually came from the YouTube gaming scene. So he had like a YouTube channel teaching pixel art. And he used to, you know, create packages for streamers and gamers like Pokemon, Tfue, etc., and FaZe Clan. I think it was in 2021 he stumbled across NFTs on Twitter. He dove in as an artist and was like, how can I get involved? He purchased a few NFTs early on. He actually joined like the Bored Ape Yacht Club when they minted, and he was just there at the right time. And that was like his first touch point with communities and NFTs itself. And he fell in love with the Bored Ape Yacht Club and started creating art about the apes. And at the time, there wasn't any ways for people to kind of bring the apes and IP to life. So he created an artwork, and it was just going to be a homage artwork piece. But the community loved from all the ape holders, they absolutely loved seeing their profile pictures in his artwork. He decided, okay, this needs to be like a bigger kind of campaign, like vision. And he created an artwork series. And at the time, I had just graduated from university as well, studying English language. I thought, why not, start creating an NFT account on Twitter, create a Substack newsletter, and start writing about NFTs. I just dove in, started interviewing people, writing, and being amongst the community that Timpers was building with the Bored Apes. And, we had a Discord, and, I was in there every day. And slowly, I just got more and more roped in by Timpers. And we built a really cool project with the Bored Ape Chronicles, which that artwork series was first. It was just a small 100 edition artwork series per episode. And we built experiences around it. We wrote a whole story around it. And, we built a gamified series of mints. And that was like the first kind of introduction to Chimpers, really, because at the time we was working with like the Bored Apes IP. But for Timpers, he always had a vision of creating his own character collection, like for himself, and that kind of was a springboard of building that. So that tight-knit community that we built with the Bored Ape Chronicles were the foundations of Chimpers, essentially. That was in 2021 up until 2022. It was in May 2022 we launched Chimpers. It's a 5,555 character collection of Chimpers, pixelated monkeys, I guess. You see some NFT collections regurgitate trades. For Timpers, everything was completely fresh. So I think it really makes Chimpers stand out as an IP itself because you spent so many months of creating it and generating it. So it was a very fresh NFT collection that launched in May. For Chimpers, we were all, heavily focused on art, storytelling, and experiences. Those are like the pillars that we took from that early artwork series into Chimpers. As we've developed and grown Chimpers, we're now, heavily focused on like growing the IP through products and also gaming as well, through mobile games, desktop games, and also social media building. So we have an Instagram and TikTok where we've taken the Chimpers kind of lore and story and kind of packaged it into like a really easy to understand touch point for people who just enjoy scrolling, surfing on TikTok and Instagram through short form content all around the Chimpers IP. And we've grown that to just shy of 1 million followers in the past year. The broader vision really is to kind of continue growing that through, animations, longer form content, and also all of the products that we're creating in Web3. We want to kind of bring them to life and bring the holders on the journey as well through products and experiences.
You're a small team, and it's been amazing the progress and the traction that you've had in this space. Is there something that has surprised you about your growth also through the bear market? And what is it that you think is driving those large numbers of followers across other social media accounts that may not necessarily have that touch point to Web3?
Like you say, we're a small team and we're in the trenches every day. We're on Twitter, we're in Discord. That's the connection that the community needs to be able to actually realize, okay, I'm a part of a community here and I feel that I want to be involved in growing it together. In terms of like the Web2 following, etc., I think it's a completely different realm, and the whole purpose behind that is not to throw the Web3 world into their faces. It's more so, how can we take our IP to like a brand new audience and begin to reel them in to learn more about the story itself and the foundation of the IP, which are the characters. But yeah, I think that kind of growth that we had, it was quite unprecedented. It started out with that vision, how can we take Chimpers to a broader audience? And we don't want to just keep it in this Web3 bubble. The way people consume content nowadays is through Instagram and TikTok and short form content. It was a grind at first, not many videos had traction, but some hit the algorithm, people start to love the videos, and just from there it's kind of spiraled into more and more people following us and growing the account.
So for projects that are launching today who don't have the community, who are wanting to follow in your footsteps, what would your advice be now that you've been in the trenches and you've gone through the bull and the bear cycle and you've maintained a huge level of credibility and visibility across the space? So what would your advice be to project founders launching today?
In terms of approaching building the NFT community itself, you do have to be in the trenches every day, and you do have to be visible and transparent about what you're building. And you've seen a lot of communities become a lot more corporate and lose the touch of the Web3 ethos a little bit. And you see the communities, start to decline. So I think keeping that core ethos of Web3 at the core of what you're doing and being open about building community in the right way.
What are you most excited about going forward now with what's on the horizon?
Ever since we launched Chimpers, like right from when Timpers, was creating the art, he saw the collection and said he wants to build this into a multimedia brand. And, we signed with a licensing agency in the US, and they're helping us to kind of bring the Chimpers IP into different products, different categories, gaming, merchandise, apparel, and all of these awesome things. And we have a lot of great things in the works, like plush collabs and mobile games. And those things are really exciting because we can really see the potential to grow Chimpers beyond Web3 and grow it into an amazing brand while keeping the character collection at the core and bringing value back to the community.
Congratulations on all the success that you guys have had. It seems like you have a lot of opportunity ahead, and congratulations.
Thank you for bringing me on, and love chatting.
Well, that's a wrap on NFT Paris for this year. We'll be back for Paris Blockchain Week in April. And if you have a Web3 project and are interested in pitching to the Killer Whales judges for a chance to appear on Season 2, send us a message. Or if you're interested in appearing on the Casper Podcast, drop us a line, let us know who you'd like us to speak with. So that's all for now. Keep building, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Casper Podcast.